Hello again, favorite students. So I thought today I teach you guys about one-point perspective, another form of optical illusion. I don't think we have actually covered one-point perspective, so it'll be a very simple project. But for the most part, I think you guys can try it and then let me know what you guys think. If it's a little bit challenging, but if we're gonna take it in steps, and we'll go from there. So one-point perspective. We're gonna make one dot right in the middle. That'll be your vanishing point. And then we're gonna do this really simple. We're gonna make a square right at the one corner. Make another square on the opposite side. Okay, it moved on me. And then we're gonna make another square on this side. Now, the purpose of one-point perspective is to give you the three-dimensional optical illusion when you're creating something that's three-dimensional. All right, so from this point, keep in mind that you have 1, 2, 3, 4 points. So you're gonna follow the line all the way down to one-point perspective. Same thing with the other one. And you want to make sure you try to keep your lines as straight as possible. What I've seen sometimes students do, they actually go at an angle, they bring it all the way down here, and then they touch. So I could use a ruler, but I think it's better if we try to make an effort doing it freehand and work on our motor skills. All right, so same thing. You don't worry about the back one because that's behind the cube or the rectangle. Same thing on this side. You're gonna follow through again, and then this one here is almost very low, so at the same time you have to actually follow that angle just to make sure that you understand that it needs to go to that one-point perspective, to that vanishing point. Then we do the opposite at the bottom, same concept. Everything goes to the vanishing point. If you look at my lines, everything's going to the vanishing point. Now if I was using the ruler, the project will be a lot much better presented, but I want to show you how it's done without using a ruler, and this actually helps you with your hand and eye coordination. There, just following the line. Now from here you have to decide, well, what do I do with these? Okay, keep in mind that we had the horizon line, which is this point here, and it goes all the way across like this. And this point here goes all the way to the opposite side. So anything above the horizon line, it's above, and anything below the horizon, it's below. So from here you can decide how to color them in. I'm just gonna do one real quick because I'm noticing that my iPad, the memory gets filled up pretty quick, so I can't spend too much time with the project. This should take you roughly about 30 minutes, but I think I'm going to try to cut it down to 10 minutes, and then you can rewind it if you like. Now if you notice, I color the bottom one. You can also do that. I'm gonna, just to keep it even, I'm gonna do the bottom one. I'm hoping that your day went well today. It's actually nice that I am finally online with Google Classroom, and I figured out the YouTube channel thanks to some great teachers out there who were very helpful. All right, so the next one, we're gonna color this side just to make sure that it's even. Nice and quick. And if you notice, I'm staying within the line, okay? Some of you guys still gotta work on your line skills. You got to stay within the line when you're driving, or when your parents are driving. You know, they stay within the line, their lane. Even myself, when I drive, I got to stay in my lane. Why? Because it's very important. If I don't stay in my lane, I could cause an accident. So this is a good way of practicing to stay within the line. All right, so that's 1 point perspective with a square or rectangle. Now, let's do another one, a little bit more challenging, with a cylinder. So put 1 point right in the middle, right? And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a circle. Now, how do I make the lines of a circle if there's no points? How do I make the lines? It doesn't. It's a little bit confusing. It used to be for me when I was a kid, but I realized that the more you practice, the better you get at it. So the only best way that I can explain to you is that you're gonna have to take the widest points, which are here and here, and then you're gonna make that line all the way down to the vanishing point. Same thing on the opposite side. Follow that line all the way down to the vanishing point. Now this is the tricky part. Since we can't make a straight line, you have to think about this line here, this contour line, this half moon that's here. And we're going to make that line here, but we also have to make that line come around this way, okay? And then there's your cylinder. I'll do a little bit of shading so you can kind of understand what I'm talking about on both ends. And, you know, just kind of give it a little bit of highlight in the front. Nothing fancy. We'll do a little bit of crosshatch. All right, now let's try it on this side. Same concept. How do I make a cylinder? Make a circle. Follow the line at the farthest edge of the circle. Same thing with the other side. And again, I'm going to follow this contour line. Same way, I'm going to circle it, or angle it, or curve it, whatever you want to call it. And then from here, again, do a little bit of shading, and not too much, just to kind of give it a little bit of highlight that, hey, this is a cylinder and it does go around. Okay. All right, so then now let's try one, maybe, let's do one here. Let's see what happens when we do one here. All right, same concept. Go to the vanishing point, do the opposite side, angle it again, and then there you go. You have your cylinder. Okay. Now let's try one without following those lines. Okay. Let's try one, you know, using the imaginary lines where they should be. Okay. So let me make my line. So I know my line's gonna be there. So this time I'm just gonna go all the way to there, and I'm gonna stop. And I'm gonna do the top side again. I'm gonna go again. I gotta follow that angle of that line to the vanishing point. I'm gonna stop right there. Okay. Now, this is you can't make a flat line because it's gonna look funky looking. So you want to make sure that you make that angle line parallel to this one here. Okay. So then that cylinder, so it's floating in the air by itself. Okay. And again, I'm gonna give it a little bit of highlights. And the opposite side. So that's 1 point perspective, and again, the horizon line is there, and it's there. All right, so that's the 1 point perspective. We tried the squares, and then now we're doing the cylinders, and pretty much I think we got it. We're getting very close to understanding 1 point perspective. So I recommend you practice it again and again. If you have any questions, please make a comment or send me an email through Google Classroom, and I will be happy to answer your questions. Or if you'd like me to try something new that you've been wanting to try out, then please let me know. All right, so this is pretty much the end of this lesson. Let me know what you think. and I will see you guys soon. Tomorrow, hopefully, you'll log on again and you get to see another project. Thank you very much. Have a good night or have a good day.